Why the hell do I suddenly have an Irish accent? I rolled over and asked Nathan if he wanted any coffee, but he started choking with laughter and almost fell off our bed. It hit me. Every word had this thick Irish lilt, and my frustration lit up, sharp and hot. I tried switching back to my regular American voice. All I got was some cartoon leprechaun nonsense, straight out of a bad movie. Nathan just shook his head and told me to quit joking around, but my real voice was gone, locked behind this weird brogue. When I focused hard enough, little veins popping in my forehead, I could kind of manage a sloppy American accent, but it sounded like an Irish lady struggling with her vowels. Nathan had to lie to my job and claim I'd lost my voice. There was no way I was explaining this. The doctor said it might be foreign accent syndrome, some rare thing that happens after trauma or mini strokes, and sent me in for an urgent MRI. I sat there as the neurologist read the scan. No stroke, no tumor, totally clear. Nathan started to ice me out after 3 days of me calling in sick, sighing every time he passed by. Dr. Marquez, my new neurologist, decided it could all be psychogenic and sent me to a conversion disorder specialist. 6 weeks on anxiety meds and nothing changed. Nathan kept harping that I just loved the attention, hinting I was faking the pills. Then Paula, ever the armchair detective, said, maybe I got hypnotized at that comedy show last week. We called the venue. Management swore up and down that nobody was messing with people's voices. Nathan packed his stuff and started sleeping in the guest room, muttering that even he couldn't keep up with my bit. Dr. Tanya Singh, my speech pathologist, guessed maybe I was echoing some long-buried Irish exposure as a kid. My dad found old camcorder tapes. There I was at 3, all Midwest vowels. No Irish, no mysterious nanny. After that, he stopped inviting me to dinner, blaming my fake accent for putting the whole family on edge. Our delivery driver Hugo was the first to get really weird about it. He actually suggested I go get tested for carbon monoxide poisoning because, apparently, that sometimes causes freaky neurological problems. The fire department marched in, poked around the basement, waved their meter thing, and finally told me the CO levels were totally normal. The inspector even said, dead serious, that he'd never heard of someone waking up with a thick Irish brogue from carbon monoxide, for God's sake. Meanwhile, Sakura Imports, my one client with that government-only contract, started threatening to bail because they needed US-born reps, and now I sounded like I'd just staggered out of a pub in Dublin. Speech therapy was next. Dr. Tanya Singh actually raised an eyebrow at me the first day and said something flat-out bizarre was going on. This wasn't just me faking an Irish accent, I was dropping Irish slang and weird grammar I'd never even learned. Suddenly I was using whilst instead of while, and spelling color with a U on emails, catching myself and then forgetting again. Eventually, Dr. Singh hit a wall, and Paula straight up accused me of faking the whole thing. She said I was just pulling some kind of stunt. Then it hit me. I'd had dental work literally days before all this exploded. Maybe the anesthetic had messed up a nerve, right? Dr. Park, my dentist, looked insulted and swore he'd only used the most basic anesthetic. No way it could rewrite my entire voice. Things at home got ugly. Nathan started leaving open apartment listings on his laptop, not even acting subtle about it anymore. Dr. Ishan Patel at Mayo Clinic was next. He said maybe it was some ultra-rare autoimmune thing frying my speech centers. They must have taken gallons of my blood to hunt for sneaky antibodies ripping up my brain's language circuits. Every single test came back negative. Absolutely nothing. Not a blip. The day Sakura Imports actually dropped our company and I got fired, Nathan told me he couldn't stay married to someone still committed to a lie, even if it meant losing everything. My sister, never one to quit, found an article about people catching foreign accents after vicious allergic reactions. So I got allergy tested for every single thing you could imagine. None of them flagged anything weird, just more negatives and more wasted time. The allergist rolled his eyes at the very end and declared that food allergies just flat out don't work like that. Not in this universe. Nathan filed for separation.